What if I told you that World Cup 2026 could be the last time we ever see some of football's greatest legends on the biggest stage in the world? The last time Cristiano Ronaldo wears Portugal's colors at a World Cup. The last time Lionel Messi steps onto football's biggest stage. The last chance for Neymar, Luka Modrić, Kevin De Bruyne, Son Heung-min, and Manuel Neuer to create one final moment of magic. For nearly 2 decades, these players have given us unforgettable memories. Iconic goals, historic victories, heartbreaking defeats, and moments that changed football forever. But every great story must eventually come to an end. And for these legends, World Cup 2026 could be their final chapter. Before the next generation takes over, let's look back at the incredible journeys, unforgettable World Cup moments, and lasting legacies of 7 football icons preparing for one last dance. This is The Last Dance, 7 football legends playing their final World Cup. Every World Cup creates new heroes. Young stars emerge. Records are broken. History is made. But every World Cup also takes something away. Because for some players, it is the last time they will ever walk onto football's biggest stage. The last national anthem. The last World Cup goal. The last chance to create one more unforgettable memory. And as the 2026 FIFA World Cup approaches, football fans around the world may be preparing to say goodbye to some of the greatest players the game has ever seen. This is the last dance of 7 football legends. And we begin with a man who has spent 2 decades defying time itself. Cristiano Ronaldo. When Ronaldo stepped onto the World Cup stage in 2006, he was a young winger with dreams bigger than anyone could imagine. 20 years later, he has become one of the greatest footballers in history. His most iconic World Cup moment came in 2018. Portugal versus Spain. One of the biggest matches of the tournament. With Portugal trailing, Ronaldo stepped up for a late free kick. The pressure was enormous. The distance was perfect. The world was watching. And then it happened. The ball curled beautifully into the top corner. Hat trick complete. One of the greatest World Cup performances ever. Now, at the World Cup 2026, Ronaldo could be making his final appearance. The World Cup trophy remains the one dream that escaped him. But regardless of what happens, his legacy is already immortal. Next comes the man many consider the greatest footballer of all time. Lionel Messi. For years, critics said there was one thing missing from Messi's career. The World Cup. Then came Qatar 2022. The tournament that changed everything. Match after match, Messi inspired Argentina. He scored. He created. He led. And in the final against France, he delivered one of the greatest performances football has ever witnessed. When Argentina finally lifted the trophy, the image of Messi holding the World Cup became one of football's most iconic moments. It wasn't just a victory. It was the completion of a legendary story. World Cup 2026 could be his final chapter. And what a chapter it would be. Then there is Neymar. Perhaps the most gifted Brazilian player of his generation. For years, Brazil looked to Neymar to carry the hopes of an entire nation. His greatest World Cup moment came in 2014 when he became the heartbeat of Brazil's campaign. Although injuries and heartbreak often interrupted his World Cup dreams, Neymar gave fans moments of magic that only a few players can produce. His creativity, his flair, his fearless style. They reminded the world why Brazilian football is so special. World Cup 2026 may be his final chance to bring glory back to Brazil. Our next legend is Luka Modrić, the magician from Croatia. In 2018, Modric achieved something few believed possible. He led Croatia, a nation of fewer than 4 million people, all the way to the World Cup final. The image of Modric controlling matches against football's biggest nations remains unforgettable. He didn't rely on speed. He didn't rely on power. He relied on intelligence, vision, and extraordinary technique. He showed millions of young players that football is played with the mind as much as the feet. World Cup 2026 could be the final international tournament of one of the greatest midfielders ever. Next is Kevin De Bruyne. For years, Belgium's golden generation promised so much. And at the center of it all stood De Bruyne. His most memorable World Cup moment came in 2018 against Brazil. One of the favorites to win the tournament. De Bruyne produced a masterclass. His goal helped Belgium secure one of the biggest victories in their history. That tournament ended with Belgium finishing 3rd. The greatest World Cup achievement in the nation's history. And De Bruyne was at the heart of it. Now, one final World Cup opportunity may await. Then we travel to Asia. To the captain who inspired millions. Son Heung-min. For South Korea, Son became more than a footballer. He became a symbol of hope. His most memorable World Cup moment came in 2022 when South Korea stunned Portugal and reached the knockout stages. The scenes of celebration were unforgettable. Son showed the world that Asian football belongs among the elite. His speed, his humility, his leadership. They have made him one of the most respected players in football. World Cup 2026 could be his final appearance on football's grandest stage. And finally, Manuel Neuer. The goalkeeper who changed football forever. Before Neuer, goalkeepers stayed in their box. Neuer rewrote the rules. At the 2014 World Cup, he transformed the goalkeeper position. He played like an extra defender, intercepting attacks, starting counterattacks, taking risks nobody had seen before. Germany went on to win the World Cup, and Neuer became one of the symbols of that historic team. More than a decade later, he remains one of football's most influential players. The World Cup 2026 could be his final mission. 7 legends, 7 incredible journeys, 7 careers that helped shape modern football. Some won the World Cup. Some came painfully close. Some changed the game in ways statistics can never measure. But all of them left an unforgettable mark on football history. And when the final whistle blows on World Cup 2026, we may be witnessing the end of an era. An era defined by Ronaldo's ambition, Messi's genius, Neymar's magic, Modric's elegance, De Bruyne's vision, Son's inspiration, and Neuer's revolution. Before we say goodbye, I want to hear from you. Which of these legends will you miss the most after the World Cup 2026? Cristiano Ronaldo? Lionel Messi? Neymar? Luka Modric? Kevin De Bruyne? Son Heung-min? Or Manuel Neuer? Drop their name in the comments and tell us your favorite World Cup memory of them. And if you enjoyed this story, subscribe to Storyline Football, where every club has a story and every legend leaves a legacy.